it was hard for me. For a few years, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to leave. I would tell people what I'm doing, but to leave that comfy, safe place was really hard. A lot of women struggle with that. And I did for years, but I was playing so small. And I finally felt so uncomfortable playing small that I was ready to like set myself free and own my gifts and like step into my power. So that's what I did. And then boom, COVID.
Welcome to Business Origin Stories. I'm Amy Schutte, your guide to crafting a magnetic message for a profitable business. This is the podcast for you if you're ready to claim the transformative power of your own origin story and use it to create a brand that finally stands out. We're here to level up, but more importantly, I'm here to help you elevate your influence, your community, and your impact on the world. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. And remember, the stories you tell yourself are your greatest currency. Hello, welcome back to the Business Origin Stories podcast. Today is a treat because I am interviewing the fantastic Chellie Carlson, who is a transformational wardrobe stylist and the founder of Chellie Carlson Style. After 25 years in the fashion industry, Shelly is on a mission to change her clients' lives by changing their closets and confidence in order to reveal their most aligned, empowered selves. With her signature 3-step program, The Method, Shelly personally takes clients from feeling just fine to feeling absolutely magnetic in their clothes in 4 weeks. Shelly is someone that so many of the people I know and love have worked with, and this episode is so juicy, and Shelly is so wise. She's got this very calming, beautiful spirit, and I think you're just going to love her energy, and I know you're going to want to work with her as soon as you listen to this interview, because clothing, style, all of this is a reflection of so many things about ourselves. And so anyway, please enjoy this episode with the most amazing Chellie Carlson. Hi, I'm so glad you're here today. So glad you're here. Can you tell everybody, Shelly, where are you in the world and what do you do?
So I am Chellie Carlson. I'm located in Los Angeles, California, and I am a transformational wardrobe stylist.
That sounds very cool.
It's so sexy.
It is sexy because you get like the dream life. You're shopping.
I get to see the ins and outs I get to get under the hood with my clients and really help them step into their best self through their clothes.
How did you start this? Because you've been in business for quite a while doing this. To me, like looking at you online, it looks like a dream life. Like you're shopping, you're styling people, you're doing all the amazing things. But like, how did you even get started into this industry?
I grew up on a farm in Missouri.
Oh, yep. The opposite of this.
The opposite. So I'm a farm girl from Missouri, showed horses. I was always my favorite place was the fabric store. I loved coming in, touching the fabrics. My mother, I got it from my mama. She loved to sew. And so she would create, for our show outfits, we would pick out what colors and, sequins, and she would create these beautiful sequin satin blouses. She would do custom chaps as well for us.
Oh my gosh.
So I would see that and I loved being around it. So she gave me permission and showed me that there's so much creativity through this as, the outlet. And she always encouraged me to wear whatever I wanted to wear. And she would always give me, access to like things where in this town, we had no shopping. We didn't even have a Walmart.
Yeah.
So we had to go at other places to find clothes, and it was all her. So I always at school was the most fashionable. I was a fashion plate, even when I was young. And then in college, I studied fashion. And the month I graduated, I moved to Chicago. I spent 21 years there. And I worked for a intimate apparel brand for 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was one of the big 4 in the world. And I got to, Oprah featured one of their bras as a favorite thing in 2020. And that company blew up after the Oprah effect. And I was hired, and it was a small company. And then it started just blowing up and growing. And we went through a lot of ups and downs together. And then after 20 years, I was meeting women every day And I was really understanding what they're struggling with. Part of my role was to do bra fitting. So they would come in the fitting room. They would instantly feel at ease with me. They would instantly just let down their guard and share with me what they're struggling with. And there's so much shame around the breasts. There's just that energetic of, my boobs are not perfect. I want them bigger. I want them smaller. It's really challenging for us females. So I would meet women and really help them understand, okay, your breasts are perfect as they are, but I'm going to find the perfect bra that's going to make you feel even more confident in your body and your clothes. And so they would leave the fitting room feeling lighter. They had better posture. Their clothes would fit differently, and they would look 10 pounds slimmer and 10 years younger. So I knew I was doing magic with the bras. And then women would say to me, Shelly, they would hug me and say, what you just did for my bras, I need you to do for my whole wardrobe. So it's like, I can do this. And there was no stylist I had as a Northern Star when I was, beginning to build my brand. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. I built a website. A friend of mine built my website. We did a photo shoot. I had business cards and I would pass them out and side hustle. And I built up a clientele to where I side hustled for 2 years. And I started making more money side hustling than I did in my corporate job.
That's when you've got something.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, I can do this. So we had mutual termination. It was hard for me. For a few years, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to leave. I would tell people what I'm doing. But to leave that comfy, safe place was really hard. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of women struggle with that. And I did for years, but I was playing so small. My social media was private because I was styling, and the company couldn't find out what I was really doing on the side. And I finally felt so uncomfortable playing small that I was ready to set myself free and own my gifts and step into my power. So that's what I did. And I did it 2 weeks before COVID hit.
That's great timing. I love that.
Perfect timing. Literally,
perfect timing.
I was those 2 weeks, I was so busy. I was living my best life. And then boom, COVID.
And then we all descended into
the stores were ransacked. Everything was dead. Yes. And it was, I was on unemployment. So I thank God I had that. So I was able to work on myself, work on my brand. I created my signature service. Once I hired a coach, she helped me package my service. And this many years, it's only been, I don't count 2020 because it was kind of a wash, right? So yeah, it's been 3 years that I've been selling and, working with this one service.
Oh my gosh.
And it's evolved in a huge way. But I'm still doing the same core, foundations with each client.
What a turn of events. I always think 2020 was the great disruptor for so many of us, and also a clarifier. And it really, I'm sure that really was divine timing, for you, even if it felt really hard. Your signature method is incredible. I love that a coach helped you really develop that, because I do think I talk about methodology a lot with my clients, because if you have one way of doing something and it's your way, it's just so much easier to package and brand. And you've done this in a fantastic. Can you tell us about your method?
My method.
And how you got there? Yeah.
That's how
the thought process to get there. Cause I think that's interesting for people.
Yeah. Well, the coach really brought together, I was doing, and most other stylists do this as well. They charge hourly for editing, shopping, and styling. And I went to this coach, and that's what I was doing. Some clients, we would do 1 or 2 services and they wouldn't continue. So we were thinking, okay, how can I give the client the biggest transformation? It has to be all 3 in a short time frame and at a high ticket investment, so they have skin in the game. And so that's how we created my signature service. And so we start with your edit session. And this is where we edit through your entire wardrobe. Based on where you're at, I come to you. This is an in-person experience where I get to really energetically get to know you. Mm-hmm. You're sharing everything. What's been holding you back? We talk about your childhood, how you learned to get dressed. You learned it from your mother.
Deep.
You learned how to get dressed from your mother. ultimately.
Yeah.
Okay. And you learned about ultimately self-worth from your mother. So it's intense. So a lot of my clients think, okay, yes, she believed we could only shop sale. And so that was ingrained in her. And she's still in some ways carrying that belief system along with her right now. And it's affecting her life as we speak. She might still be only buying sale product when she has she could buy anything she wants, but she's choosing to buy sale because of that belief system. Or the unworthiness that, clothes don't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really important. It's just, she'd learned that from her mother. So whatever belief system it is, I want to know what it is. So then I'm going to take that information and ultimately set her free to make decisions and to step into like her best self with letting those beliefs go. Right? So
do you get a lot of resistance there? If people are like, oh, I'm just hiring this really great stylist. I just need some new clothes. I'm missing some stuff. And then all of a sudden you're coming in here and you're like, let's talk about your mom.
Yes, let's go there. Yes.
Like,
so
do people have resistance to that, or are they like,
yeah,
let's do it?
When most are really open to it.
Okay.
So most women who hire me know that my process it's very energetic, spiritual. It's power. It's a huge transformation that you must be ready for. My clients have done the work. They've done the spiritual work. They've built businesses. They know that they're ready to take it to another level, and they want it quick. So the fastest way to do this is to go really deep under the hood, peel it back, and then I let them go.
Wow. Okay. I love that.
But not all are open to it. So I'm very, I'm careful, but I take on typically all the clients that are open to it, and then go deep together, and we become family. And then I work with them the rest of their life. Yeah.
I think that transformational piece behind your title as a transformational stylist, that's a word we can throw around a lot, but what you're saying is really going back to that very, very core part of people, how they're making decisions,
why they're stuck, why they're in this place where they have a closet full of clothes, but they don't like any of it. So I have to understand what their belief system is. And by being with them for 5 hours afterwards, I'm able to know, okay, this client, she won't wear shorts. Why won't you wear shorts? There's no reason why you shouldn't be wearing shorts. What happened? Who told you couldn't wear shorts? And then they tell me a story. Or the client who's, I will not show my arms. Why aren't you showing your arms? What happened? We go back and I understand. So then when I dress them, you bet I'm going to be showing her shorts, and I'm going to put her in the most beautiful shorts that she's going to feel incredible in. And then we're going to show her arms, but we're going to balance her so she feels so beautiful. So it's really, women, we're so controlled by what we think we can and can't wear, and it's holding us back in other ways in our life. And so this closet time is, she's sharing everything. I'm seeing her naked, and a lot of women I've never met before until I see them that day. And so we're in her sacred closet space. We're, potentially tears, like she's sharing everything with me and my team. And it's a deep, deep healing process. I don't share a lot about the healing process, but every client cries at some point, whether it's a shop session and they see themselves and they don't recognize her, or, we're letting go of whatever it is in the closet space. That energy has to go before we can bring in the new. So you see where it's
amazing. Yeah.
It's intense.
That does sound really intense. So you fly to people.
Yes.
You're with them in their home, in their space. That I can see that being absolutely intimidating. And you're such a safe personality, though.
Yes.
Like
they
right away, within 2 seconds,
that's
right?
Where it's like,
that's your superpower.
I hold space and I ultimately create that vision of who they're becoming in 3 to 5 years. That is who I'm styling. I'm not styling them who they are today. And their past is definitely not getting involved. That's why we purge and let go of all the past, so they can't go back to that. They can only step into the new vision and that new identity that I'm giving them. And then they attract all of the things that they want that much faster because they feel into it.
Incredible. So after that session, that sounds amazing.
Yes.
After that session, do they have then time to kind of process that, or do you have extra stuff that you do, or from that moment, then
shopping.
move into the shopping?
Yes. We're going to talk through, where I'm going to be sourcing. I usually don't even share, I don't tell them a list of what I'm buying them. My clients just know I'm sourcing them everything they need and everything they never knew they needed. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gets about 2 weeks, 10 days until her shop session.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes clients are left with very little. Pretty much they just have a few pieces to wear until they shop. It's sort of like they hit the rock bottom. And they're like, but I hear from a lot of clients, Shelly, I was able to get dressed and I feel really good. Even after that edit session with only, 10 items in my wardrobe, like I already feel better.
Yeah.
Like
I can see what I have.
This is what you have. And these are the best 10 pieces. This is how you're going to wear it until I see you. So they're already on this path. Then their shop day comes. And this is probably one of the best days of their lives. This is a Pretty Woman day. They fly to LA, or if they live here, they come in. I've sourced exactly what they need to create this optimized wardrobe. Most clients are starting over in some way with a whole new seasonal. So it would be spring and summer, their seasonal capsule, and they get to walk in and experience it for the first time. And we get the whole after like 5 hours together. Typically after 5 hours, they're done.
Okay.
And so we move through hundreds of items. I have a team of 3 people assisting me in the appointment. I am dropping in with the client the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
The moment she walks in, we're locked in. I put her in her first three looks are what I would call like the money looks.
Mm-hmm.
The first look I put on her has to be her favorite look. It has to blow her mind and build trust. So she looks in the mirror and typically it's tears. I don't recognize myself. I look so beautiful. I love this so much. I can't believe I've lived so long without it. So they say, this is a hell yes. And if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. We remove it from the space. And I understand why she didn't like it. Maybe it was whatever it may be. We remove it. But typically in the beginning, most clients are saying yes. And this is the problem. They're like, yes, obsessed. Next look. I feel incredible. I can't wait to wear this to work. I can't wait to show my husband this. And then we move through all of these looks. And they ultimately get to say yes to what feels good for them. I am there noting every single garment and fit. So I've been sewing, since I was 15 also. So I'm looking at shoulder, hem, length of, how much are we tucking in? Do we need to hem that? How do we want that garment to lay? Do we need to nip and tuck this, that? Every single thing is critiqued by me for fit. And then at the end, I have one of the top seamstresses in LA. She comes and she is going to mark everything that needs to be tailored. And she takes it away to be tailored.
That's exquisite.
Body perfectly. It's all about fit. Because so many these days, and we could go off on this tangent later, is that it's not your body that's the problem. It's the clothes you're choosing to put on it. Mm-hmm. You're buying pieces that are made for whatever, a size 4, 6, whatever it is. It doesn't mean that it's not good for you. It's that maybe we need to size up, tailor down, or do a little change, right? We get so caught up in if it's not, and the number, that's a whole nother conversation about size that we're stuck on. But my clients do not know a single size that they buy. I do not tell them from their bra size. We do a bra fitting first to make sure we're in the perfect foundation, obviously.
Going back to that foundation.
Yeah, back to that. And then the entire time we're moving through all of these pieces, not once am I going to tell them what size I'm putting on them. To me, it doesn't matter. And I know based on the client, seeing her body, I pull in the exact sizes she needs. Mm-hmm. And some brands were in different sizes, but I know that. So she doesn't have to worry about a thing. She just has to touch, pants are probably the most challenging, to make sure they just feel just right.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're going to take in the waist or hem to make it perfect.
That's so beautiful that you're holding that, because I can see this being like such an empowering day. And then if they're sized in a different number than they're used to, it's like weighing yourself and you've gotten up like 2 pounds and you're like,
right.
The day's ruined, like just throw that away. Don't even look at that.
It's a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You take that out. No one needs to know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not even something we discuss. And every piece, she feels so good. And because a lot of times sizing up, it's going to fit you better. You're going to feel better and it's going to look better. Mm-hmm. The size doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So it's really important to get in the right. It's everything. So at the end, we have a full day. We have her favorite drinks, her favorite snacks. It's a big celebration all day for her. And the end, she says the day just flew by because it feels 1 hour, but it was like 5. And this was that, in the past, shopping is just anxiety, it's stress. And
oh yeah, you're like hunting through all these stores. Yes. I would just love to show up in your shop.
And you leave with nothing, right? And you're miserable. Yeah. This is the opposite. So this is the dream experience that if I weren't a stylist, this is the experience that I would want, that I would hire someone for. And it's white glove, completely bespoke to you. Every client has a different journey with me, but it's the same system and methodology that they all go through to get this transformation in less than 30 days. So at the end, we have a rack of clothes, and typically from the bra to outerwear, the client and I are going to cut the fat a little bit, decide, okay, we don't need 5 black camisoles, we need 1. And then we decide which one or whatever it is through the categories so that we're clear on what she needs. Because a lot of women they overbuy in specific categories and they don't have. And that's a whole nother conversation we could have. But this client then leaves with everything that she loves. This is it. And then we freight the wardrobe back to our house. We freight the alterations back to our house. And then we jump on a virtual style session where we discuss, she's had a few weeks. Maybe we ordered some things. Maybe we need a different shoe size. We sent it to her house. We review those items that she just ordered. And then we discuss anything she's struggling with. How can I, if it's a pant, how to wear it, how to style it. And then ultimately she will receive a digital lookbook that has something like this, where it's like all of her looks are digitized.
So for my podcast listeners, you can't see Shelly right now, but she just pulled up her phone and she's got beautiful styling of each outfit with different shoes. Yeah, it's
different ways to wear them.
Oh, stunning.
Right?
So she can just flip through and be like, this is what I'm doing today. I will immediately just go to my closet, pick this top, pick this bottom, pick the shoe or the shoe and this purse. I'm going to walk out the door. It's going to take me 2 seconds to get dressed.
Ultimately, my clients have fewer clothes. Their wardrobes are cut in half, but they love everything and they know how to wear it. I'm going to style each item 5 to 7 ways minimum. This is not about quantity. I am not personal shopper. I don't sell anything. I'm delivering what you need to live your lifestyle. And a lot of us are shopping for things that don't serve our lifestyle. And there's confusion around that. So I learn in your home for 5 hours, exactly what are you doing every morning? Where are we going? How do we want to feel? Then I deliver the wardrobe.
Wow.
And I want to show you, my favorite part is my clients add selfies of themselves in their looks so that they show me how they put the looks together and I get pinged every day.
Okay. And this woman that you're showing me is glowing in every single picture. It's not like a shame picture. Like, here's how I styled it. She looks stunning, glowing.
And she's in her 60s and she's like one of the top realtors in Memphis. And I adore her. And we've been working together for years now. And it's the better you dress, the more money you make. Mm-hmm. And she's proof of that.
Who's the right person? Because you just said, yeah, she's 60.
Mhm.
Who's the right person to start doing this, or at what
What
stage of
stage?
season or life do people usually
It
find
is
you?
usually in their, I'd say right after 40-ish, you
Okay.
go through that, I've gone through it. I'm in my mid 40s. There's confusion around who we are and how we're showing up. Often we go through that awakening at 40.
Mhm.
So 40 plus is like my sweet spot.
Mhm.
2 weeks ago, I had a 27-year-old client who also, you know, she works as an executive. She also has a very strong social life and doesn't know what to wear. So and I guess it's never my wish for women is it's never too late to reinvent your style
Mhm.
or too early to focus on it, invest time and money. So it depends on what path you're on. If you're
Mhm.
ready for it financially and emotionally,
Mhm.
the sooner the better. But every client says their only regret is not doing it sooner. They're like, I can't believe I
That's a
didn't. It's
testimonial.
a huge, every client will say, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. I regret it because it truly changes the way you get dressed for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Even if we
Mhm.
only do, that 30 days together, you can't unsee what I teach you.
Mhm.
But the beauty is I work with these clients season after season,
Okay, so
year
they're coming
after
back
year.
again and again.
Yes, again and again, every season.
Okay.
We revisit and we reevaluate and we up level
Mm.
to another level,
Mhm.
which is
That's amazing.
it's it's intense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing intense work, right? You're not
It
just out
is
there being like, I'm
really
just
intense.
flinging
This is
bags
it.
at this point. You're like,
Yeah, and
I
that's
am
what I
going deep. This is
it's deep.
therapy and
And that's
clothing
oh my
and
gosh,
alterations.
my last client in San Francisco said, Shelly, before hiring you, I was about to invest in a closet overhaul, like completely gut, reevaluate, re-merchandise her whole closet, plus hire a therapist. I hired you instead. And I cannot believe, I mean, she's a different person now. And so it's sort of just, it's different for everybody. But I know no matter, we all struggle with what we should be wearing and what our soul really wants us to wear. And I'm all about comfort and fit and you can have comfort and style. It doesn't have to be just one.
Mm.
You comfy cozies, but you can also have the perfect blend of style
Yeah.
and comfort. That's
Yeah.
what I deliver.
And I think that, becoming the person you want to be and looking at that 3 to 5 year plan, right? That is so beautiful. I've quoted her often on this, but Christina Hollinger, who's in your Style Society, I
Yes.
believe, she was on here on the podcast earlier and talked about feng shui, which is great. But her mantra for the year, actually, I've already said this, but I just thought it was so beautiful, was, be her now. And I love that saying because it's so true in business, it's so true in life, it's true in everything that you do, is really stepping into that identity of who you really want to become is the work, and it is the thing that will propel you forward. So much, people think they need marketing, they need messaging, but really it's that identity shift. And so you're doing this on a very
Through clothes. Yes.
visual level,
Visual.
but also very deep core soul level
Yes. Soul
too.
level too. Yeah. It changes just who you are. It changes everything about what you believe you're worth. And you're ultimately your clothes tell others how to treat you. It's all self-worth. And like when I work with women, it's what do you believe you're worthy of?
Mm.
You're worthy of feeling and looking your best, no matter what your weight is, no matter what size you are. It doesn't matter to me. My double zeros have just as much dysmorphia as my 16s have. There is it's all equal. We all have the same issues with dysmorphia and like confidence around our bodies and what we can and can't wear. My job is to set you free and to help you understand that your body right now is perfect. The problem has been the clothes that you're choosing, and the energetics of your clothes are everything. Every piece I put on, I have to energetically feel aligned with it and completely congruent. Otherwise, it doesn't feel good for me. And I think a lot of us are not even aware of that aspect of the energetics of your wardrobe. It can every piece can either raise your vibration or lower it. So you have a choice every morning when you get dressed. We have to choose our clothes like we choose our thoughts. We must choose really, really wisely because it affects your whole day if you don't choose well.
The end right there. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yes.
That's
It
incredible. Yeah.
It's so powerful. It's like having that good hair day every day. And my clients walk in their closets and they're like, I can't wait to get dressed and feel my best because I deserve this. And I'm showing the world, like, this is me. This is a reflection of who I've become.
Such a switch. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about that because I think so many, especially if you're talking to women in their, 40s and up, a lot of us had moms that were, it was a different time. And that was probably not the thought process for a lot of people's parents. Right.
No.
And so I would be so curious to hear, that's layers and layers and layers of unlearning, especially if they've had kids and, you default to getting kids stuff and all those things that you start kind of not opting out of life, but you're just showing up, right?
Yeah,
in a small way and you don't even think about it. So
you're fine. You want to blend in.
yeah.
It's going to judge you.
Yeah.
You put the Lululemons on and black and no one's going to see you or judge you.
Right. Black is so slimming.
Black is
we were
fine.
told that for years.
You could just keep doing that for the rest of your life, but if you really know, I believe you can do better and you can choose whatever signature or special pieces that you love and just wear it on repeat. Nobody's keeping track. You don't need quantity here. Let's buy 3 pieces you love and let's wear the shit out of them over and over again. And we have to start small, just start somewhere and just getting, investing time, especially back to moms. I love working with moms, whether they're stay-at-home moms or working moms. They all have gone through years of pouring into their family and their children. Their bodies are never the same, but they deserve to look and feel their best too. And they've lost their identity completely. So I get to create this new identity of where they're going, who they're becoming as the hot mom that they are. And then I get to deliver a wardrobe that makes them feel that way. And it's so intense and powerful. And their husbands reach out and go, Shelly, I have a new wife. What did you do here? I'm like, you've changed my wife's life. Thank you. And it happens.
A husband testimonial. You need to put that all over your
I
website.
should start more. That's great. I need to start doing more husband testimonials.
I mean, really, write that down.
This is a good one. I'm going to tell my team.
Because I think that's one thing, right? For a woman to be like, wow. But for the people in her life that are closest to her and most intimate her and have watched her transformation, I say this as a mom, right? Because you transform as a mom and you transform as a business, anything, right? Everything makes us, if we choose to transform. But there's something about, growing babies, birthing babies, raising babies, and then that next step and to have a husband say that to you.
Yes, everyone deserves that.
Put that everywhere, Shelly.
This is just the beginning of your next chapter and your children, you're ultimately the moms I work with. I ask them, I'm like, is your daughter watching you get dressed in the morning? And what is she saying? And then now after working with me, clients come to me and say, my daughter just told me I look absolutely beautiful and I look, so special today. And she loves this and she wants this of mine. And it's just a different energy that they're bringing to getting dressed. It's like your daughter is learning for her to get dressed, how to get dressed and also self-worth. Like mom deserves this. I deserve this too. I deserve, to eventually become like my mother.
Yes.
And have beautiful things that I love and feel good in my body. Number one is feeling good in the body. I mean, so many of us don't. And the goal is the clothes can help you feel more comfortable and confident in your body. And that's all that matters, is that you feel really good. So you can go, you'll choose better food choices. I've had multiple clients come to me. Even I had one recently this past season. I worked with her in January. She lost 10 pounds in between January and our next session here in June. And I know we have our session coming up, but I'm going to get on video, her sharing why, she's not on Ozempic. So it's that her clothes, she feels different in her body and she makes better food choices. She speaks to people differently. Everything is different because she feels good in her body. So I've had multiple clients, one lost 25 pounds in a year. And you changed the relationship I have with my body. So it's intense.
Shelly, you're doing.
I know.
This is amazing. I'm curious. Yeah. How, for those women that are saying that to you, was that the shift, or were there other things going on in their life? Because again, they have to get to a point to even feel comfortable or confident enough to reach out to you, right?
Absolutely.
They've gone through something to even say, I think I'm worth this high ticket investment to do this work. So I love that this is just part of that big journey. But you seeing, is there a catalyst piece that moves them into, we've got to call Shelly? Is there something that keeps happening, or are you seeing that? Is it, are they changing careers? Are they hitting that 40s and they're like, I am done. I am done playing small.
Done with this.
What are you seeing that's causing that shift for people?
The majority of my clients come to me through referrals. So they've seen it happen to someone that they know. And they notice, they look 10 pounds slimmer in their clothes and they haven't lost a pound. They notice they're the best dressed at the events, or they're showing up on social media more frequently and more powerful. And so then they notice, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. And so it's typically through referral. And then they maybe have a conversation. They're like, I've worked with a stylist. Here's her information. You should reach out to her. So that's typically how it goes down. But I would say with clients, I'd say the visibility factor is big. A lot of my clients have personal brands. They've done the work. They've been building for a few years. They want more visibility. And they know that their wardrobe is just not serving them. It's holding them back.
Yes.
And they don't want to show up on stories every day. They don't want to do photo shoots. And they know that this, whatever this new wardrobe is going to ultimately help them make more money and become, their most authentic self. So I think that would be it. It's more of she's ready. She's hired all the coaches. She's done the spiritual work. And then something is missing. That's when she reaches out.
Yeah. And that's the physical representation of all that inner work.
It is. It is. And it comes together quick. And she hits it's a rock bottom. She can't get dressed for an event. She doesn't want to go out because she doesn't like her wardrobe. And she knows she deserves more, and she struggles. I see myself as her, but I don't know how to get there. And then that's when they hire me to take them there quick.
I like the quick piece, right? Because you're saying we can get there within 30 days. Really
quick. That's my magic. This isn't drawn out over 6 months. It's not a 6-month container where I'm, guiding you this way. No, I literally, you do no work. You just have to let all the walls down and show me who you are. My job is to energetically create, and then I channel your wardrobe. I'm able to literally pick out exactly what your vision is that you couldn't create. And that's the magic my gift ultimately.
What do you do personally to hold that space? Do you have any practices or things that you're doing to help? Yeah, you just said you channel the wardrobe. You're holding energetic space for people to release your therapy with shoes. So how are you How are you doing that
Yeah.
personally? Because that's a lot
Yeah.
to hold for
It's a
people.
lot. It's a lot. Every day I started I'd say my spiritual journey began probably 15, 20 years ago. I've been seeking traveling the world alone, doing all of the work, and then doing the plant medicine, the other types of medicine work that I've done to know that I'm worthy of doing this work. I'm worthy of receiving the gifts that I receive after the work I do. And knowing that I'm here to serve women on a really deep level. And it's a daily practice with number one, waking up early, moving my body, feeding myself the best foods, positive propaganda, like podcasts every morning that are with inspiring me to do better, be better, right? Investing in, I did the Hoffman process recently. So all of these things that coaches, all the masterminds, all of that work, I'm then investing right back into my client. They receive that. So going back to childhood, the Hoffman, self-worth, I learned from many of my coaches that I've worked with. And then I'm putting that into my client. So there's all of my toolboxes that I've invested in large amounts of money. The client receives all of those gifts, right? But back to the energetics of holding, back to like my body, it's really challenging. I have to constantly take care of it, whether like right after appointments, especially after a shop appointment, I'm vibrating for hours as though I went on, a journey. My body, I use like a PEMF mat to come down. So I lay on that for like an hour, and I come down, and then I'm able to sleep and take care of myself. But I can't, again, like I can't drink alcohol. I can't do a lot of things that normally I would like to, because when I'm with women and in the space of holding that space, I have to be completely open as a channel, and then, able to then create for them. And I can only take on, that's why it's finding the soul aligned clients. I get to choose because I'm giving so much of myself, and to them, it has to be a match for both of us.
Yes.
For the magic to happen. That's why I only take applications and I vet them. And typically they come from referrals.
What a beautiful business model.
I can't believe I get to do this every day. I know, but in holding it, and having the support of my team. Katie she's been with me almost a year, and she holds space for me. She knows that sometimes I have to go out and ground. I need a moment. I'm like, I'm going to step away, and she's okay. And then she's always, one step ahead of me and supporting me in any way that I need support, because it takes a lot of support to be able to run something like I'm running right now.
Absolutely.
Support women. Yeah, and that is a seamless process. The moment they sign up with me, they don't think about a thing. They don't have to lift a finger. I do, and my team does everything.
They just show up.
They have to believe. All they need to do is believe in their transformation. A lot of clients they get in their own way, and they're like, this isn't possible for me. Like, it is possible for you. I just need you to believe it, and I will deliver it. Like, you deserve this. So it's like me, I'm coaching them through it the whole time. I'm hyping them up. I know deep inside that this is who they are. And then finally their wardrobe aligns with, ultimately their authentic self. And that's when the magnetism happens. I've done it for myself, and now I get to do it with women. It's, it changes their aura, their energy. Everything about them changes when it aligns.
I think having you doing all of that work, I don't think people realize when they're hiring people, coaches, consultants, stylists, all of us are putting so much of that work in behind the scenes that people don't see, but they do get to benefit from. And so thank you for answering that question, because I think it's like this almost, people don't, they think, oh, you're really good at this thing. You went to fashion school, good for you. But really your magic comes from everything that wasn't fashion school.
Right.
And I think that is so true. So when you're looking for coaches, or you're looking for stylists, or you're looking for people, asking that question, what do you do in your life, I think tells you a lot about the level of interaction and service and expansion that you will expect to receive from people. So thank you for answering that question. Yes. And you have a style society. I want to talk about that really quick, because you have this very high ticket offer, which everyone would want. But for people that maybe need something a little bit more accessible, you have another part of your business too that you're running. Will you give me just a quick little glimpse into that?
Incredible Style Society membership that I am madly obsessed with. So this is for someone who wants to start investing time and energy into her style. And she can invest a little money. It's $55 a month. Mm-hmm. So she can join this group of women from around the world. Cool. It's a style sisterhood that you're joining. And ultimately, this is you're taking yourself on your own guided style journey. Uh-huh. And I'm joining once a month on a virtual call with you. So let me start with the boards. So I deliver 5 style boards every month to your inbox. These are boards. I wish I could show you a photo, but basically it is a board of whatever theme it might be. So this month we had a shorts theme. So many women are unclear on what shorts are in style, what's appropriate, what should I be wearing and how to wear it. So not only do we have the shoppable links so you could buy the items, but we're showing you how to wear them and how to wear them for your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And these are all general to pretty much anywhere in America, right? That you could be going. So this is how to wear, this is what shoes to wear with the shorts. This is how to style them and how to feel good. And so each month the themes are different. So we had dresses, because a lot of my members, and most of these board themes come from members requesting things. Okay. So a lot of members were saying, Shelly, I'm struggling with dresses. Help us find the best dresses. So I'm sharing items that I'm actually giving to my method clients. So I'm sourcing these pieces for my method clients. So you are receiving all of the best value and brands and styles that are out there every month. So then I'm trying to think of other ones. I also educate you on like the rule of thirds. I show you how to balance your body with the right pieces. I show you how to style belts, jewelry. It's more, I like to think more education than it is actual shopping. Mm-hmm. So you could already have these pieces in your closet, but you just don't see them the way that I see them. So I'm sharing all my tips and tricks every month so that you can stay current and feel good and maybe not even have to shop.
Did this come out of people wanting access to you and not just really meet a need at a different level? Okay.
At a mastermind, I had a group of women. There was like 6 women, and they said, Shelly, we want more access to you.
Okay.
Like to work with you, but we can't invest this much right now. And so I've been giving these style boards to clients that I worked with in the past. So we create a little microsite and I would send them style boards. Okay. And I was thinking, okay, there's got to be a way for me to monetize this. So I'm going to create a membership and every month create 5 beautiful boards, and then they can shop them. Mm-hmm. And then our Zoom masterclass is so much fun. The members join in. They ask me any style question that they may have. Mm-hmm. Say, Shelly, I bought this last month. How do I wear it? How do I style it? And all the other members love it because they're learning from her experience. And then I review the boards and give my feedback and, all my tips and tricks on the boards. And then there's a lot of vulnerability. These women start getting to know one another, and we all just share things that we're struggling with. And I'm there to guide you. So every month we're taking you further and further into your own personal style journey and deeper into yourself of what you like, what you don't like. I teach you how to edit. I teach you everything in this, but
Okay.
it's just,
so that's a very accessible,
yes, it
fun
is
thing for
very,
people listening to go check
it
out.
is. I'm so passionate about it. And the boards are incredible. The time with me is awesome. And then it's a beautiful community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love how if you're listening, please go follow Shelly on Instagram because I love you share these like little kind of behind the scenes. And then all your Style Society members are very fun about tagging you and being like, look at my cute outfit from.
Christina is my poster child.
Oh my gosh. Christina is amazing. She's my favorite.
She's so special.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun to see people taking what you're teaching. And
we have some really stylish women, and we have some that, are just beginning to want to really invest in their style. So it depends on, it's for anybody, no matter what level you're at, to have fun. And it's just telling the universe, like, I'm investing in this every month. I'm going to hold myself accountable to do better. And you're going to start seeing, I've seen actual transformations in Style Society. That's where you can also get one in addition to the one-on-one work.
Right. Which is so great.
Yeah. It's choose your own adventure.
Okay.
Style Society.
Oh, so good. Shelly, can you give us like one last piece of advice, or you've given us so much today, but is there a book or is there something that people could start if they're listening and they're like, this feels so good. I would like to invest in this. Maybe I'm not quite ready yet, but what's one thing you would just leave for anyone listening?
God, there's so many ways I could go. I read all the books. So I think that if you're into the energetics of, money and in following Christina and learning about feng shui, your wardrobe is just another tool that you can use to accelerate your growth.
Okay.
And so many women don't see it that way. My job is to just know, like, you deserve to feel incredible in your body and to attract all the beautiful things you want in your life. And it could be one of the quickest ways to accelerate your growth is by shifting what you choose to put on every morning.
Good return on investment.
Yes, great return. Yes, it's investing in yourself, and so many women are afraid of it. I base it on my higher self. Like, what would she want? What would she do? That's how I invest.
And I think being open to that abundance and that everything is already here for you is such a beautiful piece, because I think so many of us have lived in scarcity for such a long time, and to trust that I can purchase this, I can invest in that, whether it's, your marketing, your branding, your clothing, there's always an incredible return when you have the right intention behind it. And
absolutely. So
I love that you've brought that into everything that you do.
Yeah.
You're such a powerhouse.
Every day, girl. And I am the embody, I have to every day embody it in this is why and how I built my business is by doing this work for myself every day and then sharing it with others.
And that's kind of hard to explain when people are like, how did you get there? And you're like, well, I did a lot of inner work.
Complicated. Yeah.
What does that mean?
And now it's reflected. Yeah.
Yes.
Through my brand.
Well, you're so beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of this with me. I can't wait to meet you in person.
I know. It's a matter of when.
It's just when. Before we started recording, we were talking about that because Shelly and I have so many people in common, which is so fun. So I can't wait to meet you in person and have you. But thank you for sharing this. And you're just
having me.
Such a joy and such a light. And I can't wait for people to start in my audience to start following you and learning from you. So thank you again.
Till next time.
Till next time, Shelly. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Business Origin Stories. Love the podcast? Be sure to share it with a friend or colleague and give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Join me on Instagram and make sure to sign up for our weekly email.